Hello, and welcome today in my smoking lounge. Again, coming from my stoep slash veranda slash whatever they call it in other places in the world. In South Africa, it's called a stoep. So I've come to realize the other day that I've actually never officially introduced myself to you. I made my first video and I just started talking without actually saying who I am. So this one is to officially introduce myself to you, the Pipers community, and everyone who is so kind commenting and subscribing to my videos. Maybe I must also do this my trailer. So I am Thabo. It is a indigenous language name that I've got, and I received it from a nanny way back when I was 3 months old. So I happen to just retain it as the name and that's the only name I know. It is strange because I'm probably one of few South Africans with a white South Africans with a black name. I don't like to call colors because I'm colorblind, but in this context, it is important to maybe just clarify that. And I do get a lot of positive comments and remarks from colleagues and fellow South Africans. My screen name, which you will often find, will be something like Umfundisi or Umfunix. The reason for that is Umfundisi is a Zulu word for a minister or a teacher, and I've been called that because I do also hold a master's degree in theology. So I've used that and then combined it with my second profession, which is nowadays IT, and I play around a lot with Linux. I love Linux and install and reinstall and play and replay and everything that's all about Linux. So I combine the Umfundisi with Linux, and that's where why I'm sometimes on forums will be Umfunix. My videos will mainly be about the things that I like and that I enjoy in life, which are not in no particular order, as they say, and also not in alphabetical order. But pipe smoking, obvious. Pipes and pipe smoking that I enjoy because it's a relaxing exercise, and I enjoy sitting back like today after work and just enjoying the relax after work and thinking about the day and unwinding. My other passions or hobbies or likings are food. I love to play around with food and make food and bake bread and ciabatta and pizzas and all that kind of things. Come to think of it, I will probably have to make a ciabatta or a pizza when my family arrives, because that's normally my duty on a Friday afternoon, is to make something to eat. And it'll either be a ciabatta or a pizza. What's nice about the summertime like now is it is so humid and hot that the the dough rises in a jiffy and more than double the size. So it makes a very nice bubbly dough, but I'll tell you about that also later. So food and playing around food. I make my own pestos, I make my own mayonnaise and aioli. So that I do like a lot. Next passion is wine. I've stayed in Cape Town area for about 8 years, and I experienced and tasted a lot of wine. And there, my love for wine and the varietal, and the different ways people make wine. You can take the same Cabernet Sauvignon and make different wines of it, or a Merlot, etc. So I do love wine. And wine is a very, very nice companion with people. You know, sometimes uh, wine tasters can make it such a scientific exercise that you forget about the other part of wine drinking, and that is to socialize, to sit with someone that you love, and just enjoy the day and drinking wine and have food, and like maybe I think probably that's how the French did it way back. So yeah, and then the next one is whiskey. Now, maybe some of you will wonder, but how can you be a theologian or an ex-minister or a minister and like alcohol, wine, and whiskey? Well, I've got no uh, liking or intention to get drunk. So I don't abuse alcohol, but I do use it because I do enjoy it, and I think it is there to be enjoyed. So the same with whiskey. I've had the privilege to taste, to be introduced to whiskey about 1998, 97 around. And yeah, speaking of which, and ever since I visited Scotland and the Scottish Museum, Whiskey Museum, and I had the privilege to taste, well, I don't want to say a percentage, because as a South African and not a Scottish, I have got no idea of how many whiskies there actually are. But being whiskies available to us in South Africa, I've probably tasted about 90% of them. When I go to a shop, there's often one or two that I haven't tasted, and as I go along, I do buy them and taste them also. I enjoy single malts a lot, and our favorite at this stage is still Lagavulin, a very peaty whiskey. We do like the peaty stuff, especially in wintertime. Obviously, that's very nice. The best value for money that we can buy currently is Glen Grant Major Reserve. It is a cheap but single malt, very nice whiskey that are available in South Africa and our market. Then, what else? I also do enjoy discussing theology and Bible interpretation. How you make the Bible live in our world. How does it apply to our lives and our everyday living? So that I do enjoy, and I often discuss things like that. And then also politics. One of my favorite sayings of old philosophers is cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. Because that is probably a good summary of who I am. I love, and I also always tell my kids, please keep on thinking. Whenever people tells you ABC, go and check and think. If they say the right way is going left, well, think about it. Just don't go because the masses go there. Think about it and make up your own mind and change it if necessary. What's good of a mind if you can't change it? So I'm a big fan of thinking about whatever viewpoint or stance you make in life, and especially around Bible interpretation. If you hear things that Christians will tell you, or pastors, or what you read somewhere, go take the Bible, go check it up, go think about it, apply it to your own world and mind. Don't just say because a very popular pastor said so that that's the truth and the end of all truths. So yes. Another saying that I often use is, if you can read, you can do almost anything. So go and read and go and make up your own mind. Listen to other people, but you've got a mind that distinguishes us from animals. We can think, we can discuss, we can rationalize things. So and then another thing that I also like is my second profession, and that is computers. I'm constantly playing around with computers, searching, investigating, trying, installing new versions of Linux, installing new versions of Windows, um, developing websites. So I'm constantly busy playing around with those kind of tools, especially the open source tools. And I feel privileged to be able to have two professions, a minister as well as a full-time salary in information technology as a senior manager. And I'm also very privileged to be able to conclude two master's degree in each of them, a master's degree in theology and in IT. So yeah, I do see myself as a very, very privileged person by blessings and by grace alone. And yeah, that's how I enjoy life with my family, my wife and 3 kids. And I think you know me by now, so I'm going to log off and greet you with this word. Enjoy your day, and if you like, subscribe. Now you know it, at least who is Umfundisi, aka Thabo, and this video channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and come back again. Bye bye.